If you want to have access to my entire full course, please check the description below to have access to my full course. Enjoy.
I haven't seen a lot of people doing their own course on how to create your own footlocker bot, but I'll show you guys. It's pretty simple. Right now on footlocker, I'm kind of IP banned because for some reason I use it too much, and that's why, like, when you're running multiple tasks, it's very, recommended to use different proxies. So I'll just connect to a VPN and that should do the thing. The VPN that I'm using is Proton VPN, because the problem is that if you don't have a correct set VPN, it won't work because you're always going to be detected, or you won't be able to connect to the footlocker page like you just seen. But I'll just show you guys step by step. When I'm going to be writing my code, you guys can skip you can skip the video and just copy my code. If you have questions about the code, just stick to the certain part. So I'll be connecting to footlocker.ca because that's my local region. But let's say you would be on footlocker.com. It'll be the exact same principles, but you're going to know how to update it so it works on your thing. If it still doesn't work, I can help you out with footlocker.com, but the principle is the same thing, same for EU and for .ca. So let's get right into the course. So what I'm gonna do is, so right now, for some reason, sometimes the footlocker, I feel it's very glitchy, so sometimes the bot will work, sometimes it doesn't work, so that's why multiple tasks will work. So I'll get into, let's say I want to get this shoe, the Vapor Max. Okay. I'll work with a shoe that has multiple sizes so I don't get any problems with the stock. So I see a lot of bots out there that what they do, they just auto click, add to cart, and then voila. But the reason why I don't like that is that you probably get detected, it's very laggy, and it's not efficient, and you can't do multiple tasks. So for this course, what you're gonna need is you're going to have to download this Chrome extension. You can get it from the web Chrome extension. Just wrote cookie, and you're gonna be able to see all the cookies that's going through. So basically, what's happening is that what we're gonna do today is that we're going to basically communicate with the server and not using Selenium. So what's gonna happen is that you're gonna have a user, okay, that's going to make like request to a certain page. So this is your name, Bob. He's gonna make request to this server right here, and the server is gonna give a response back. So let's say you want to add to cart, you want to buy like a Nike product, okay. It's gonna say, okay, this user, okay, we're gonna give him some credentials. We're gonna give him certain cookies, so we can then track his cart on that site. So when you're trying to like go to there, so you want to ask the server, you're either gonna do a web request, okay, that's when you're requesting information, or you're submitting stuff to the server, which would be a post request. So you're just posting stuff to that server, and from each server it's going to give you a response, which then you can use that information and do whatever you want with it. So this is what we're going to really want to work on. We're not going to work on auto click and stuff like that. I could make a video for guys if you really want to, but it's very simple using Selenium, but it's not very efficient. Doing the request and post request, you can have like 500 to 600 tasks whenever you want. Alright, so let's get into the video. So to see what's going on through the server, I'd be using Google Chrome because learning how to use the server is way easier, and I don't know, it's better for the eyesight. So what you want to do is you want to put right click, and you're going to have edit this cookie, and you're going to have inspect. Okay, just press inspect, and that's your page. So it gives you all the buttons, where it's located and everything. This is the one way you would do Selenium, but we're not going to do that technique today, or if you guys want me, I can also do it, but it's pretty simple. So here you have elements, console, sources, network. So what you want to click on is you want to click on network because you want to see what's going on. So if you guys can see, so footlocker is using a security called data dome. So I'll just look it up for you. So data dome is a bot's protection that protects from accessing their thing. So look at here. So footlocker is using data dome, and it's basically a way for you to like not get detected as a bot. So it just creates info, and you gotta bypass this this bot protection. It tells you more about how it blocks it, but we have to bypass all their securities so we can then add to cart a product. So the only really bot protection that you really have is the checkout and the add to cart. Add to cart is the way is like, you know, the most important, because every time that you move your mouse, you see that there's some kind of like stuff that's popping out. Okay, this is a post request. It's submitting to the server saying your movement. This is all your movement. Okay, and the problem is that if you stop moving, or I don't know, sometimes the server thinks that you are a bot, it's gonna give you an error. Okay, and it's gonna give you a session, and sometimes it's gonna get a 429, meaning that too many requests, or it thinks that you're a bot. So so it really depends also on your proxies or your IP address. So if you guys don't know what's a proxy is just basically like kind of like a VPN kind of, but it kind of like gives you an IP, so it looks like you're a different user from another place. Alright, so I'll just clear this out. So by pressing clear, and I'll remove preserve log. Preserve log is just gonna keep all the requests. Sometimes if you just want to hit clean, it's gonna give you like the request on a lifetime. So okay, I'll do another refresh on this page, and it's gonna do a request on mini stuff. But the main request that I did is the product. This is the link of the product. Okay, this is what the server gives you as a response. Okay, but there's a lot of information that we do not need. Like all of this we don't need. The only thing we're really gonna need is either the location for a queue, I'll show that a bit later, and for the response cookies. So right here we have the request headers. So we have cookie, and we have a bunch of little cookies that it helps you track down your page history. Your cookie is very gonna be crucial in this part, because it's gonna say if you're gonna have to submit a captcha or not. Alright, so there's a get request. So when you're done that get request, okay, just clear this out. You're gonna press a certain size, and it's gonna do it at a post request to see if the size is in stock. But for right now, we don't really need this solution. This is really if you want to create your own cookie. But we're not going to really go through this, because I mean, I'll explain later in the video why it's important to generate your cookies and not manually hard code them, because you don't know what could happen. Because you might get detected as a bot. But for right now, we're not going to really pay attention to this. It's a bit complicated, but for you guys, you will be able to do it. You just need to find the cookies that, you know, gets to them. Alright, but that's not really the important part. I just want to get over with it. Oh, and one last thing. Whenever you you do movements, and you click buttons, you're going to send information to the API.datum. That's the security, and you're gonna submit some data. That's just the movement of your mouse. So we're gonna have to trick the server that you're actually a human, just, you know, going through the page. But that's gonna be very hard. Alright, so when you're done that, I'll add it to add to cart. Oh, see, it did take it as a bot. If you want to add to cart, I might get a captcha to solve, but now right now it's seeing if I'm a bot or not. Sometimes it's very slow adding to cart, so you just need to wait. See, here now it's pending. Okay, so I don't know if it'll add it to cart. So we are sorry. So sometimes the site bugs, but I'll show you in detail. So like I said before, you're doing a post request because you're telling the server that you want to add to cart your product. So the reason why you got a 429, either because of my VPN that I'm using, or because it thought that I'm a bot but is not too sure, so it gave me an error of 429. So for you to know that it actually went through, you need to have a status code of 200, and it has to show the logo green. When it says that, it means that it successfully posted to the server, and you should get a response saying, "Oh, it went through. Apply coupons, but we'll see when you actually do a success at the checkout." So you see, we have again a bunch of cookies from the request headers, which are a bunch of cookies. So one way to bypass the bot protection is by manually putting successful cookies that was generated from a different server, not server, but a different session from a regular user. So all these cookies you can generate from this page. So let's say one of the important cookie that they use is this one. There's another one. It's called Jason ID or whatever. Alright, so since it's not here right now, or I can't find it, I should be able to find it at some point, but we're gonna see it in the video where to find the cookie. So origin refer, so just from what page. I'll show you in the code how to implement all of that. But most of it, the cookies, you usually have to manipulate them to show that you're a real user, so you don't have to solve any captchas. So each products are linked to their size, and those sizes are linked to a product ID. So we're going to see in the video where to get that product ID and how to find that. And it's pretty self-explanatory. You're just sending to the server product ID, and you're saying with the number that it's linked to, with how many you want. Normally just stick it to one, because normally it's one per customer on hype drops. So when you're done that, it should be add to cart, but right now we got detected as a bot. Sorry for that. Alright, so now that I want to add to cart right now, so it might not let me add to cart, but sometimes if you add to cart a second time, it will add to cart. Alright, so we added to cart, so that's great. Now, see, this is where it took the most resources in this page. So we see that we made a post request to this link, and it was a 200 post. That means that we sent this product and we've added to cart. As a response, we get this response. Apply coupons, gives all the information that we need. We're not going to use that information, but gives you everything. Gives you the product, gives you its size, all the information. That shows you that you've added to cart. So it's a good thing. So now, I'll just show you the reason why you would get detected as a bot. So let's say I would clear this page, okay, clear all my cookies from this browser. I'm pretty sure that I'll be detected as a bot. So I'll refresh the page again. Okay, I won't move my mouse. I'll just try to make it as fast as possible. Pick the size, add it to cart, and I should be able to see a captcha. Alright, so right now it's being very slow for some reason. I think it's because of my VPN. Alright, so for some reason it's very slow. Okay, I'll try to get another product. You see 426 too many requests. So again, sometimes you just gotta retry. Right now, it's probably because of my proxy. The way, not a proxy, but my VPN is not the best. You see, I just add to cart now, and I should get a captcha. For some reason, it's not letting me add to cart. Like, oops, something went wrong. It's probably because of my proxy. Not proxy, VPN. Sorry. But normally, you see, it's bugging out because I'm using a VPN. Normally, it would give you like a sort of a captcha. See, it's not even letting me show anything. But I'll show you guys what response you should get if you get like 418. That's one of the errors. I think it's because of my VPN, but normally it does work. And when you arrive to checkout, well, now I don't have anything in my checkout because I deleted everything. I need to add to cart. Come on, man. Alright, I'm just waiting for it to add to cart so I can then go on checkout and then see what's the response and everything at checkout. Again, it's not letting me. I'll just disconnect for 1 second. Okay, now I'd add it to cart. Now I'll go to checkout. So there's a bunch of requests here, but I won't be using that. I would be going right through the checkout, so the guest checkout. So when I go through here, you're gonna have to put your payment, your review, and your packet options. So you're gonna put your information here. Alright, so put my information here. I'll just be using something just to know so I can show you guys how the captcha will pop up. I'll just add it to cart real quick. Oh, so I didn't get the captcha, but normally you would get a captcha when you add it to cart. For some reason I didn't get it, which is completely fine. Alright, so I'll do a guest checkout, and we see that you're gonna have to load this page. Not this page, but it's just checking to see if are we good? Yeah, sorry about that. So when you're putting your information, alright, so now I'll be just going through just how the checkout works. So I have my first name, my last name, and it's gonna submit all the information to the server. So right now we're seeing that there's post requests that's being made. So again, they're just tracking your movement just to see that you're a real bot, that you're not a bot. Sorry. So I'll put John, whatever, I say Bob123 at gmail.com, and I'll put like that. I don't know it's a real number. And then when you submit, okay, you're gonna see that it's submitted to a certain link with the email, with the timestamp, and with the number. So what's good about this is that it's sending information. It's doing a put request, not a post or a get request, a put request. So by doing that, it's submitting again some information. So there's a timestamp with the session ID, your request ID, your SRF token, with all the cookies. We're gonna get to the CRS token, the request ID, and the session ID soon, but not now. And the response, we don't really need that cookie right now, but to add the cart, we are going to need it. So it's gonna be the same process over and over. For the shipping, go 1, 2, 3, address, M1T0, and I'll put Toronto, Ontario. Okay, and then when I'm done that, I'll save and continue. It might check if it's a real address. So select destination. I'm not too sure why. I guess it really checks where you're sending from. It's in Canada. Random address generator. Well, I need Canada for sure. I'll put this guy. Quebec. This postal code. Quebec. Alright. That should go through. Wait. Oh, maybe it doesn't like the space. I'm not too sure why. Will this work? Okay. Whatever. I think it went through. I'm not too sure. But it didn't like the way I submitted the address. But here's all the information it's sending to. All the information that we're going to see on how to do it. Those are all the info. Again, same with the request ID, the CRF token, and all the data that you're submitting to that post request. I should say 200, but right now for some reason it doesn't like the address that I'm giving. But in the video I'll show you that it's actually going through. Again, it's giving you a data dump cookie, and it's giving you all that bunch of cookies with those request ID that we're going to check in the video on how to get them. So the last step is the submitting process. So I can make a video on how to go through PayPal or JPay, but I'll just go through credit because I mean that's what most people have. So I just use the basic. So I just need a CC generator so it actually goes through. So then I'll put this as a CC generator, not as a card. I'll put like 10, 2000. Oh, so it's giving me that. And then 1, 2, 3. Okay, I don't know why it doesn't lock that, but this is how it should look like. And when you're done, agree. You should be able to protect. It should let you place your order, but for some reason it's not letting me. I guess because it doesn't like the last 3 digits, but I'm not too sure why. Okay, guess it likes with a 4 digit. Okay, and then I'll place my order. And right here, you get a error 400 to that user orders. So here we have the device ID. That's really easy to find that cookie. The card ID, which is also easy to find. but it encrypts your card number, your expiry number, your expiry year, your security code, and it's called Aiden GS. Okay, Aiden GS, Aiden GS, Aiden GS, credit card, and then all those information to that page. So as a response, it says, message, we don't ship outside of Canada, military or PO. Please choose another shipping address type, blah blah blah. And that's the entire process on how to make it. So I'll get into the first part, which is finding the product that is linked to the finding the product that is linked with the size and everything. Alright, so this is a good product because there's a bunch of sizes. So what you want to do now is you want to download Visual Studio 2019. It's written in C#, but it's very useful. You can do a lot of stuff with it. I'll just delete this. And just create a console app, and then you can be able to create your script here. Those are all the libraries that you're going to want to have. I might add a bit too many, but just copy this. A library is just modules that people have created on their own, and then we can reuse them to use it in our project. So the two main stuff that we are going to use is web request and post request, and I'll show you guys how to use it. So first thing of all is actually loading the page and then getting the size, because on a real release you have the link, right, of the product. Like, this is the link of that product, and when it's done, when it's time to get the product, then you can just load the direct link. So I'll start off now with on how to program. I won't be adding proxies today on how to create your own, like putting your own proxies, but if you guys really want me, I can add the code so you can like integrate your own proxies just for like a small fee, of course. But you can really do it on your own. Like, just go on like Stack Overflow or like GitHub, and it'd be very easy on how to integrate your own proxies. But let's start the video with just, you know, a bit of like fundamentals of just programming. So first, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just write the link that we want to like, you know, manipulate with. And a string is basically like kind of like a variable, but it's like kind of like a block that you can like store like stuff in it. But a string can only be like text stuff. Can't be like numbers. It has to be like, sort of like a text. So I'll call this string site, and I'll put the link in that string. So the site that I want to bot on is this site. So I'll put the link right here, and this is where it's going to go on the site. But I need to do something with the site. So I actually want to you know, load up the site with some cookies. Okay, you see how when we added to cart, you saw a bunch of cookies. Well, in order to make the process faster by adding cookies right away, we can then add to cart really easily and not have to solve any captchas. So I'll give you an example on how to add your own cookies. So basically, you need to declare a cookie container. So it's like kind of like a cookie jar. So basically, like, this is your I don't know if this is gonna erase properly, but I'll show you one. Don't save. So basically, like, how it works is that you have like your cookie jar, and every time that you do like a web request, you're always gonna get some cookies back, and this cookie jar right here is just gonna, like, you know, add them up, and then when you're gonna do another request, it's gonna use those cookies from the previous time. But sometimes it doesn't add all the cookies in the cookie jar, so you have to manually add them to that cookie jar. So the cookie container, just cookie container, just say that you're classing, and we're gonna call it cookies. And with that cookie containers, we just want to declare as we're making a new cookie container. Okay. Now that our cookie container is set, we can then add manually some cookies in that cookie jar. So one way on how to add your own cookies is say, okay, cookies, right? So from the name that we added, cookies, I want to add some cookies in it. Okay. And then we gotta say it's gonna be a new kind of a cookie. So it's gonna say new system. So we're just calling the module, the library that allows you on how to add your cookie. Net cookie, and we're going to add a certain cookie. Okay, so it follows by the name of the cookie, the value of the cookie, where it's located. Okay, it's always with a bracket, and where the cookie is supposed to be located at. So for some reason it does not like it says cookie. Oh,
If you guys want access to my entire course, you can guys look in the link below in the description. You'll have access to the entire full course with all the tips and all the bypass securities. And if not, well, it's okay. I'll be posting more videos regarding the course, but it'll only be just a sneak peek. So if you guys have any questions, just email me and I'll be happy to answer. And please guys, subscribe to my channel and like this video.